Hey guys, I'm Laura with Instant, and we are live here with Alli Simpson.
Hey, hey!
Alli, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
So excited to get started, and your fans are already going crazy and asking so many questions.
I know,
so
it's great.
We should definitely dive right into it.
Let's do it.
I first wanted to ask you have a new project, High School Hacks. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, High School Hacks was something I did with Awesomeness TV over the weekend, just this past weekend. And it was a 3-day shoot. Basically me and another guy, Brian Redmond, played my love interest, and it was basically just us two during the whole film with some fun extras as well, obviously. But it was based around us two, and it's basically about hacking high school, high school tips and my fantasy version of how high school situations would go, and the worst scenario of how the situations would go. So it's a comedy skit. It's super hilarious. It was honestly my stomach still hurts. I think I had a whole weekend of ab workouts. My stomach still hurts from laughing so much. It was such good fun.
That's fantastic. Not having to go to the gym, getting to laugh a lot.
I know.
That's great.
It's the best. Yeah.
I'm excited to see the product, and we noticed on your Instagram recently that you posted about your first screen makeout sesh.
Yes, it was my very first on-screen makeout, which I was actually really nervous about. I never get nervous on camera, but this was something, obviously you get scared when it's something new, and it was something I hadn't done before, and it was with a guy I'd never kissed before, on camera in front of 30 different people, sound guys, lighting guys, directors, the whole thing. I was really nervous, and then I was like, you know what, I'm pretty confident I'm a good kisser. If I just pretend that no one else is here, it can work out, and it ended up going really well, and they would say action and cut, and we'd have to do it how many times, but I think it'll turn out really well, and once it actually happened, I was like, oh, this isn't so bad. I was really nervous as to how it was gonna go, but it didn't really feel like anyone else was there, when you're in the moment. So I'm getting a little emotional.
It was the best kiss of her life.
No one else is there. Yeah, but it was really fun, and the guy was hilarious as well. So we basically made a joke out of it. It was a lot of fun.
That sounds like the best out of that scenario for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely a hard day at work.
Yeah. If you guys have any more questions about High School Hacks, feel free to put them in our comments below as you're watching. So let's start with some fan questions now.
Great.
You had tons of fans submit questions, and one of them wants to know, what superpower would you have and why?
What superpower would I have? I always, thought, would I want to be able to read minds? Would I want to be invisible? Because I think you can get yourself into situations that, either you don't want to hear or you don't want to see, and it's I don't know, but I could just stick with flying.
The classic.
Because it's fun, and I don't want to get myself into any trouble with mind reading or being invisible and stuff like that. So
you're smart to have that foresight.
Yeah, I'll just stick with flying.
That's a good one. I tried to fly when I was little all the time. I thought I could do it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Definitely on the trampoline.
Amazing. Another fan wants to know, what's your worst habit? And as you're asking this, I'm going to scroll through your comments and see if we can get any more questions live.
What's my worst habit? Oh man, I think playing with my hair. I always fix it all the time, even when it looks fine. Everyone's like, you just touched it 100 times and it didn't change. I'll be like, okay, let me just fix this, and it didn't look any different than it did before. Did that look different? No. It's just kind of a habit. I don't know if it's a nervous thing, but I don't really get that nervous, so. Don't ask me why. I think I'm better off just putting it in a ponytail all the time.
Or cutting it off.
I'll just cut it off. But then again, I'd still touch it. I'd be
like,
my hair's so short.
Definitely don't cut your hair off. It's too pretty to cut off.
Oh, thanks.
So, Jordan wants to know, what's your favorite makeup look and that she loves you?
My favorite makeup look? Oh, Jordan, love me too. My favorite makeup look, I think it changes constantly. I used to be obsessed with glitter, and I'd only ever wear glitter on my eyes. And then I realized that was too dramatic for an everyday look. You can't just go to the supermarket with a glitter all over your face. People are like, what happened to you? What'd you do last night? Stuff like that. So I shied away from the glitter, but I think, since we're coming into fall, I think experimenting with the brownie, orangey tones. It's weird to say orange, but the warm, burgundy type eyeshadows and stuff like that. So all the kind of fall colors. But I like to keep it pretty natural on an everyday basis and like have my like go-to, you know, couple products, but my makeup look, usually pretty natural and nice and glowy. Highlight, obviously.
Very glowy. And she's glowing right now, as you can see. Are there any other fall trends that you're keen to hop on?
Fall trends, I'm always really excited that I can wear boots again. I mean, it's not like I don't wear boots during the summer as well. Like, I'm never like a sandal person anyway.
And now it's acceptable.
But yeah, now it's acceptable, and just being able to like bring out my really cool jackets. Like, I feel like I have so many cool jackets that I want to be able to wear, like rad leather jackets, you know, that I've done on my own, or like just being able to experiment with that kind of stuff, or layering, or trench coats and stuff like that. So the layering is a fun part of fall.
Layering is super fun.
Yeah.
That sounds great. If you guys are just tuning in, we're live with Alli Simpson, and she's answering your questions on Facebook. So continue to write in the comments and submit your questions. Let's talk a little bit about your Radio Disney show and who your favorite guests have been.
Oh, okay. My Radio Disney show. Honestly, I've been having so much fun doing that, and I think it's been going for like two years now. And it's really been a great platform for me to be able to voice my opinion every week, and you know, talk about fashion and boys and advice and all that kind of stuff every week. You know, it's good having that platform, and also to reach, you know, my fans and my friends as well, and be able to talk to them on there. And so it's been really great. A couple of my favorite guests, honestly. Justin Bieber was definitely one of my favorites.
Oh my goodness.
Because I do a segment called Crush of the Week, and he told me he was crushing on me. Even though that was like last year, I'm still living like it's now.
Did you cry?
I didn't cry. You know what? I actually was really proud of how I handled it.
Amazing.
I didn't expect him to say me, because I was like, who's your crush of the week? And he goes, oh, can you be my crush this week? And I was like, I was like, okay. I internally freaked out. Yeah. Kept it cool in front of him, obviously.
Very nice.
And sort of actually put it back on him and was like, okay, great, like, let's get dinner then.
Okay.
No, I said, are you seeing anyone right now? And he goes, no, I'm not seeing anyone. I said, let's get dinner then. And he said, okay.
Did it happen?
No.
Okay, well, you heard it first, 2017.
But we're just rescheduling, like.
Right, of course. I mean, I'm sure it'll happen.
We've both been busy, so
yeah.
Just rescheduling it. But
that still is probably enough to be just.
Yeah, Justin was definitely, you know, a great guest, but also Gwen Stefani was another one of my favorites.
That's super cool.
Because I like look up to her in every way, so. And to actually have her sing in front of me, I was like, are you a real life Barbie doll? Like, she's a real life doll.
Oh yeah. She doesn't look a day over like 25.
She's insane.
Yeah.
She's so beautiful and so down to earth, and she had like a lot of good like wisdom and advice, and she works hard, so she's still killing it.
That's awesome. Yeah. You're killing it on the show.
Oh, thanks.
For sure. And speaking of like musicians and awkwardly transitioning into music, a fan wants to know if you're going to release a new song soon.
Oh, that's a good question. I actually have my fans ask me this quite a bit. The last time I released a song was these chairs are spinning. The last time I released a song was almost a year ago. Weird, it only feels like yesterday, but I released the song with Jack and Jack, which I really loved and my fans loved, and it's been a while since then, and just sort of, you know, once I started the radio show, I got so caught up in doing that and doing that every week, so the music sort of, you know, fell off a little bit, but it's actually going to become, you know, my main sort of focus. I really enjoy making music. I've been spending quite a bit of time with different producers and just sort of figuring out, you know, like my new sound, and I want it to be really good this time and make some cool stuff, so very soon.
Can you share any details?
Any details? It'll definitely just be something that you can dance to, because I want to make music that I can dance to and have a fun time to. And just, I want, you know, my fans to be able to connect with it, and I want the lyrics to be, you know, very, like, relatable to, like, a teenage girl, so.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I don't know if you guys are, but I'm super excited to dance to some Alli Simpson. How about any other upcoming projects you might be able to tell us about?
Any other upcoming projects? Obviously, High School Hacks is definitely a big one that I'm looking forward to releasing on YouTube, and some upcoming YouTube content that I'm working on, you know, short videos and music videos, covers, films, stuff like that. I'm actually working on a lot of stuff, but music and High School Hacks right now. The music is definitely you know, what I'm very, very passionate and excited about, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If you guys are just tuning in, we're live with Alli Simpson, and she's taking your questions, so keep submitting them. We have a few minutes left, so get them in while you can. And I'll look online now, and see
I want my phone. I want to see
one. I know. I'll read you good ones. I promise. Ooh, this is gonna be funny.
Okay.
Michelle. Her last name's also Simpson, actually.
Oh, I know Michelle Simpson on online.
Oh, amazing. One else.
I don't know if her name's actually. Yeah, I don't know if her name's actually Simpson, but it's not.
Well, Michelle Simpson wants to know, what's your most embarrassing moment?
Oh, my most embarrassing moment.
Yes.
You know what? I actually haven't had a terribly embarrassing moment since I was really young. Like, knock on wood, like everywhere. Like, I hate being embarrassed. But one embarrassing moment that really stood out to me, that it's basically the only one that I can remember to date, was in grade 1. We had to ask in first grade. We had to ask to use the restroom, and you just were not allowed to go unless you asked and like had permission to go. But my teacher was really busy, and I didn't want to be the girl that was just gonna run out of class because I was like wanted to be really good in school, and I was really young, and I just didn't want to do the wrong thing. I didn't want to go to detention because I wouldn't be able to see like the guy I was crushing on after school. So like it was a really big stressful moment for me, and I really needed to go to the bathroom, and my teacher was busy talking with another teacher, and like I was probably waiting there like 5 or 10 minutes just like next to him, but it felt like 3 days because I really needed to use the restroom, and I ended up peeing my pants literally in front of the whole class.
I was hoping it wasn't going there.
Let me remind you, this was first grade. This wasn't like any time recently. But yeah, it went there, and I was like, I'm sorry, like you told me I couldn't go, you know? And he's like, oh my god, like I feel so bad. And I was like, I tried to tell you, can I go to the toilet? Can I go to the toilet? And he just, wouldn't turn around and was like, just wait 1 second, Alli. And I'm like, I can't wait anymore.
Oh my
and like
God.
my whole class was there, and it was just, and someone actually still remembers it from my class. Like some guy in my class that I haven't even kept in touch with, actually brought it up to me like maybe last year, like when I visited home, and he's like, remember that time in like grade 1? And I'm like,
wow,
are you serious? You remember this? Like, he remembers it? Like, that's just not fair. I thought it was like eliminated from everyone's
not
mind.
right. It's like,
but yeah, that was my most embarrassing moment to date. That's quite the story.
oh my gosh. Well,
Hopefully nothing embarrassing anytime soon.
You've come a long way from that.
I have.
And I think we have time for maybe like 2 more questions or so, 2 to 3.
Okay.
So let's find another good one. A lot of people from a lot of different countries. You've got Turkey, Brazil.
Hey Brazil, hey Turkey.
Portugal.
Whoa, cool.
Oh, this is not something I knew about, but Mia wants to know, how has it been since you moved into your own apartment?
Oh, good question. Yeah, this was actually a really recent move for me. About a month ago, moved into my own place.
Awesome.
Definitely a big step. But my brother did it last year, and sort of felt like I wanted to, do the same thing. But I'm like such a family girl, so I'm like basically getting my family and my parents to come over like every day, 2 times a day even. But yeah, it's obviously was like a scary move, becoming independent and living alone, and but it is a lot of fun, and I think it's this time in my life is like when you learn so many things about yourself and about being able to like handle yourself on your own, and that's sort of how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling very independent and empowered, but definitely always need my family there, and my brother Cody actually lives really, really close, so
amazing.
Can
it's
see
like
him
the best
a fair
of
bit
both
too.
worlds.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, I'm gonna pick our last question from. Wow, there's a lot to sort through. A lot of people, it's their birthdays. I wish I could.
Oh, is
tell
everyone
them
saying like,
all.
say happy birthday?
Victoria's
Happy birthday to everyone that has a birthday today. I wish it was my birthday.
This doesn't seem like the person's first name. Alli Simpson wants to know your best advice to give to someone who's struggling with their self-esteem.
Oh, good question. We were talking about this a little bit before. I think, this is sort of a topic that's really close to my heart because I myself, am self-conscious, a lot of the time, being a teenage girl growing up in this world and, online, and majority of us, young girls are growing up with getting feedback constantly, whether it's good or bad. So I think, you just sort of have to, whether you're self-conscious, just being yourself or from what you get online, I think you just sort of have to be the best you that you can be. It's like you have to come to a place where you can be at peace. You know, this is me. I need to make the most of me. You know, like I am perfectly imperfect, and I think, you know, if you're really struggling with self-esteem, it's just something that you need to work on every day, and I do too. So like, we're not alone, and that's kind of like what you need to remember too. Like, you're totally not alone, and like, if you ever feel self-conscious, like, just talk to people about it. And I think that's like what people struggle with, is just not being open and not talking, you know, and I think that's like a problem. So just like work on it, talk to people around you, talk to me, but I think, yeah, it's just something you gotta work on, and just try and, you know, be the best you can be. There's only one you, so.
Only one you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I had such a great time talking to you. Thank you for watching on
Thanks,
Instant,
guys.
and we'll see you guys next time. Make sure you check out High School Hacks when it comes out, and stay tuned for Alli's new music. Bye.
Bye.